Hey everyone, it's Rachel. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the book My Murder by Katie Williams. I'll have a picture of it right over here. So let's get started. So this book is about a woman named Lou or Louise, and she is a murder victim. And you might be thinking, whoa, is she in heaven or something? Like, what's going on? No, she was cloned by a government organization. This takes place in a futuristic world. So she was cloned by a government organization and they essentially brought her back to life. Like, she has all the memories that she had previous to her murder, like give and take a few days. Um, but she's basically just living her life, except she has to figure out who murdered her. Um, so definitely a big plot twist there. So Lou gets her husband back, she gets her baby back, she has like this support group of other women and everything who have gone through similar experiences or stuff like that. But like something just feels off with her life, you know? And some things happen, which is like a critique I have for this book. The major plot twist, or in my mind, the problem of the book doesn't happen till 50% like through the book, so the halfway point. And I'm like, okay, I'm still interested in reading this, but like, where are we going with this? That's kind of the vibe I got as I was reading it. And then once I hit the problem or the halfway point, I was like, oh whoa, this did not just happen. So I feel like it kept going from there. I really don't know what category to put this book in relation to like thriller, horror, psychological thriller, who done it. In my mind is kind of like a psychological thriller, but I also don't want to give away too many details. So I'm going to category as a psychological thriller because it's not a whodunit. Because typically in a whodunit or like a mystery thriller, you have like a detective or someone else trying to figure out who did the murder. But in this case, in this book, the person has already been murdered. And it's like the aftermath of that. So I'm going to consider it like a psychological thriller. So, yeah. Something that I liked about this book is that there is a support group for women in this book who have been murdered under similar circumstances, thus meaning that other people were cloned. So there were other women that were cloned because they were murdered in similar circumstances. And something that I liked about this book is each of these women, even though it's from Lou's perspective, each of these women have flaws. They're complicated. They're not perfect. And I feel like that's something that we need to remember about people. Like, not everyone is perfect. Like, we can't like idolize someone. Which I guess kind of we could go back to even a broader theme of this. Like, we can't idolize like true crime and like killers and everything. Like, we shouldn't be idolizing that. I get that that is something that is interesting to know about and how we can like make sure we don't repeat our past and like stay safe. But at the same time, like, we don't need to obsess over a specific case or a specific victim or a specific killer. I don't want to name anyone's names because I feel like that is giving them fame and power. So I'm not going to name anyone names, like any specific names, real life, fictional, besides this book, of course. But I feel like that is giving them power, and I don't really like that. We shouldn't obsess over someone who has done some terrible things. So this last bit is going to give away like a huge spoiler and the ending of the book. So if you don't want to hear about that, you can end the video here. I really don't care. So at the end, it's revealed that Lou is like the cloned Lou, obviously, but the real Lou, who was supposedly murdered, is still alive. She had faked her own death to basically get out of her marriage. So yeah, that was a big plot twist. And like the husband was in on it, and her dad was in on it, and like the friend figured it out, and I'm like, whoa, okay. But I thought that was really interesting because I wasn't expecting that. Even though that's a very obvious ending to a book, that wasn't the direction I was thinking it was gonna go. So that tells me it was a really good book. That is all that I have. I hope you enjoyed watching this and have a great day.